chapter 19 from verse 1 to 15. The first lesson. 2 Samuel chapter 19 from verse 1 to 15.
And it was told, Joab, behold, the king wept and mourned for Absalom, and the victory that day was turned into mourning unto all the people, for the people who had said that how the king was grieved for his son. And the people got them by stealth that day into the city, as the people being ashamed still away when they fled in battle. But the king covered his face, and the king cried with a loud voice, O my son Absalom, O Absalom, my son. And Joab came into the house to the king and said, Thou hast shamed this day the faces of all thy servants.
You can stop there. Yeah. We know so far that the king is mourning over the death of his son, which is a natural thing. That no parent wants to see the end of themselves in the form of their children. But yet, the great battle that was won that day, because of the image of the king, because of the image of how the king looks like, that victory was turned to mourning. Now, I don't know if there are any chess players here, but in the game of chess, we know the most important piece, which is the king. The most important piece being the king. And in every capture that has been made by the pawns, by the knights, by the castle, and even by the queen, it is all made in honor of the king. It is all made in the name of the king. If you go back to ancient times, when the battle is being fought, when they are preparing the soldiers, they will all say, let us do this in the name of the king. But yet, when we look at the king, in this case, there is mourning. There is not showing a representable image. Then what does that say? Then even the king that is representing, even the king that you are representing, has brought shame. But yet, we know that, okay, the king is mourning over his son. The king is mourning over his legacy. But yet, the reason why I say that the son, which is the children, are not as important, because of there is one thing holding a sword, and there's another thing knowing how to use a sword. In every generation, in every culture that has been destroyed, the enemy targets the old, because of the old are the one that knows the culture. The old are the one that knows all the cultures. And when the old are gone, then the young are left to grow up without knowing who they are. Then the young are left to grow up without knowing where they are from. Then the young are left to grow up without knowing any knowledge of self. Because traditionally, it is the old that is supposed to teach this to them. And we can see this case in the life of all the cultures that have existed. They target the old. Because then, when the old is gone, the young are left no knowledge of self. Then you can continue that first lesson. In the book of 2 Samuel chapter 19 from verse 5.
And Joab came into the house of the king and said, Thou hast shamed this day, and change this day the faces of all thy servants, which this day have saved thy life, and the lives of thy sons and of thy daughters, and the lives of thy wives, and the lives of thy concubines. In doubt, thou lovest thine enemies, and hatest thy friends. For thou hast declared this day that thou regardest neither princess nor servant. For this day I perceive that if Absalom had lived and all we had died this day, then it had pleased thee well. 7. Now therefore arise, go forth and speak comfortably unto thy servant, for I swear by the Lord, if thou go not forth, there will not carry one with thee this night, and that will be worse unto thee, and than all the evil that befell thee from thy youth until now.
You can stop there. Yeah. Now the prophet of God comes. He sees that, okay, the king is going through a shortcoming. That the image, that the pawns, the castle, the knights, all the pieces of battle, the image that is representing is bringing shame in this case. So now, God sends a prophet saying that you have disgraced this day, that you are loving your enemies and you are hating your friends. You are loving those that are supposed to not like, your enemies. Those who are wishing harm against you, you are allowing them to do it. Now, the prophet of God now says, go and represent yourself. Represent God in a good image. Represent God in a good image, so that all your pieces of battle can see this and they can proudly say, in the name of the king, they will conquer this battle. In the name of the king, they are doing this. In the name of the king, they are doing that. So now, I'm asking you, any action that you are taking, who is it in the name of? Anything that is being done in your life, who is it in the name of? Is it in the name of your king? Is it in the name of your master? Because your master can be anyone. It could be money, or it could be the one true and only God. Now let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 2 from verse 1. Ecclesiastes chapter 2 from verse 1.
I said in my heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mine. Therefore, enjoy pleasure. And behold, this is also vanity. I said it of laughter, it is mad, and a man doeth it. I sold me my heart to give myself unto wine, yet I kept my heart with wisdom, and to lay hold before me, till I might see what was good for the sons of men.
You can stop there. Yeah. Because of today's the harvest, that of children. Yeah, we can see that, okay, when a child is born, Yoruba said that it takes a village to raise a child. That many of us will have uncles and aunties that are not even of the family, not even of the family at all. Yeah, it says that even after I have left, I have tried enjoying myself with wine. that the wisdom of God is still guiding me. The wisdom of God is still telling me that, okay, this you are not supposed to do. Even after I've tried saying that, okay, what is worthwhile in this earth? The wisdom of God is telling me that you are not supposed to be doing this. And that is the same thing here. When we are going to school, we are learning the basic things that we need to know. So that when we are in the real world, we might not have seen this problem before, but we know everything we need to know to go to conquer unknowns. To go to conquer that we have not seen. To go to master new things through the basic teachings of what we have taught us. All the inventions that we made today in our world, nobody taught them how to invent them. They taught them in basic things that, okay, this is this and that is that. Now it's time for you to come up with your own things, with your own possibilities. Okay, what if I mix this and this? What will happen? What is going to be the end result? Yeah, King Solomon, like I said in the last message, yeah, King Solomon, he had one wish. That, okay, he could have wished for riches. You could have wished for the death of his enemies. But no, he wished for wisdom. And that is the number one thing that is needed in today's world. That of wisdom. Because less and less people are being deprived for the opportunities of wisdom. Less and even lesser people are being deprived for the opportunities of knowledge and understanding. For example, look at the rates of people who are passing them. People who are passing high school, graduating from high school. Yeah, we go back to the title of today's message, being war ready. Now is a question that I have to ask you. Are you ready for war? That if the enemy comes attacking, have you built a strong enough shelter? Because it will try you physically, mentally, spiritually. It's not something that you just say, okay, it's just spiritual thing. It will try you in the physical as well. Is your body able to withstand if the enemy tries it? Are you war ready? Now let's go to the book of Romans chapter 8 from verse 5.
But they that are after the flesh, no mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against God, for it is not subject to the law of God, neither in this can be. So then, they that are in flesh cannot please God, but ye are not in flesh, but of the Spirit. If so be that the Spirit of God dwells in you.
You can stop there. Here in this verse it says, those who are of the flesh cannot please God. Those who base their understanding on what they see, who base their understanding of what they can understand cannot please God. But it also says that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. So yeah, as we're in this temple of the Holy Spirit, if it's dirty, there is that beauty. We're not taking care of the temple. If we misuse it, that will also be a bad thing. Because we are not taking care of the temple. So what about your body as well? Are you taking care of it? Or are you not taking care of it? Because this is where the Holy Spirit resides. That's why everybody we have a conscience that, okay, when we are doing something, a spirit within us will be talking to us saying, this is not what we are supposed to be doing. We'll be at the back of our mind saying, this is not what we are supposed to do. Because in the last days, God says, He will pour out His Spirit upon all people. His sons and daughters, His old men, His is young men who see visions, who dream dreams, prophesy. Because I'm sure everyone have had this moment in their lives where they have had a dream, and that dream, something similar to that dream happens afterwards. They've had a dream or a vision where something similar happens afterwards. That shows that the Spirit of the Lord is being fanned to flame. When we are trying to make fire, you blow oxygen on it, so that the Spirit will be fanned to flame. And I pray the Spirit that is in each and every one of you will be fanned to flame in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
And I pray that the Spirit which is in each and every one of you will be activated today in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
Now, in the first lesson so far, what we understand is the image of our King. Because of other kings, the image is not as great as the image of the King of Kings. Other kings, you can question their image. Like, okay, what about your past? What about what you are doing right now? But it cannot be questioned, the image of the King of Kings, the image of the King that never changes. And yes, we also understand that to be war ready is of the physical, because your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. Your body is the living temple, the church of the Holy Spirit. Here we can have the building, but if your church itself, which is your body, is not being taken care of, then we know that we are focusing on the latter and neglecting the former. Now let's go to the second lesson in the book of James chapter 1 from verse 9.
Let the brother of the Lord rejoice in that he is exalted, but the weak in that he is made good, because as the flower of the grass passes, it shall pass away. For the sun is solar risen with a burning heat, but it withereth the grass, and the flower thereof falleth, and the grace of the fashion of it perisheth. So also shall the wicked man fade away in his way. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life.
You can stop it. Here it says, blessed is the man that overcome temptation. Let's hold that verse. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 11 from verse 26.
Behold, I set before you this day for a blessing and a curse. A blessing, if you obey the commandment of the Lord your God.
It says a blessing is if you obey the commandment of God. A blessing is if you obey what God has asked you to. And in the last verse in the book of James chapter 1, it said, blessed is a man that overcomes temptation. It links them. Blessed is a man that overcomes temptation. And it says a blessing is obedience to the command of God. You can continue. In the book of Deuteronomy.
If you will not obey the commandment of the Lord your God.
And a curse if there is disobedience. That is the question that we actually have to ask ourselves. Are we blessed or are we cursed? Have we been blessed or have we been cursed? We might be going through things in our lives, various things, but then we have to go back to the roots. Have we been blessed or have we been cursed? Yeah, in every company, there's always a person that has been hired to keep track of the way the money that is being spent. So at the end of the year, I will see that okay, this is how much we lost and this is how much we gained. Then they can go back and see that, okay, we did this, we did that, we did this, we did that. This is why we have been successful. Or we did this, we did that. This is why we are not successful. Let us change this. Let us keep this and let us change this. Now we have to keep track that, okay, we are doing this, but it's not benefiting us. Then let us change this. Because in the scriptures, they didn't say a fool is someone that does not know. Someone that does not know, we have no right to call them a fool. But it's someone that knows that, okay, I have been burned by the fire, but I'm still going back there. Then that is the definition of a fool. No company can be able to see that, okay, we are doing this and we are losing money. Let's try this again. No company will to say that, okay, the customers don't like this. Well, let us keep doing this. Even if you look at the scriptures, where Jesus said, I am the vine and you are the branches. He said, the branches that does not bear fruit are cut down. But even before it cuts down, the first year, no fruit. He said, let's give this one a chance. The second year, no fruit. Let's give this one a chance. The third year, no fruit. The gardener is about to cut it. He said, one more year. One more year. Here we have gone through a year now. What are the progresses you have made in the last year? After today's message, I challenge every one of you to be able to go home and track back our activities in the last year. What has been successful and what has failed us? We only see fit that the things that have been unsuccessful, we have to change it. Our activities in the last year, let us go to track them down. Okay, I did this. In January, I did this. In February, I did this. We bring out all the receipts that we have. Oh, I bought this, I bought that. I volunteered in so places. Because then in the last days, when God said, what have you done with your life? If you cannot recall 1 year, how are you sure that you can recall an entire lifetime? Then if you cannot recall what happened in the last year or in the last days, then how can we be sure that we can recall an entire lifetime? And no one said that it's going to be an easy task, because in everyone we have the first 2 years or 3 years that is a little bit boring, that we need some type of resources that, you ask your parents, how was I when I was a child? What was I doing when I was a child? What were my activities when I was a child? But yet we go back to blessings and curses. The blessing being obedience to the commands of God, and the curse being disobedience. I pray that every one of us will be blessed in the mighty God.
Amen.
That every one of us will be blessed in the mighty God.
Amen.
Now let's go to the book of that same James chapter 1 from verse 27.
Pure religion and undefined before God, as the Father of this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world.
You can stop there. Now, this is the next step. That once all of us have been called that, okay, we did this, we did that, we did this, we did that, for the past year. Now, our actions that does not causes, we have to remove them. But what are we going to use to fill up those spaces, fill up those gaps? Because it can't be left void, it can't be left empty. Now, we must practice the true religion, which is to visit those who are in distress, the fatherless, the motherless, and to offer of food. It can be in the form of food, it can be in the form of clothing, it can be in the form of just your presence. But to give ease, to defend those who who cannot do it for themselves. To defend those who cannot do so for themselves. Now we should ask ourselves, has there ever been an opportunity but yet we let it go? Because look in the life of Stephen. In the life of Stephen, when he was being stoned, before he was stoned to death, he had a chance. Okay, let me shut up and I'll save my life. Let me shut up and I'll save my life. But yet he said that God said, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. He said, what kind of house can you build for me? The reason why he's saying this is the temple of God has turned into a marketplace. The temple of God has been invaded by the virus. He said that why have a temple when we are not treating it right? When is dead, we can see something that we can do. That, oh, let's say somebody bought this, we just walk away. Let's say, oh, we have time. That we know that, oh, there's some work that needed to be done. But yes, we walk away. Because we can look at the first churches that have been built. It was a collective work. At that time, people didn't pay tithes, they paid labor, they paid time. That, okay, let us come in Monday or Tuesday. Or I have Wednesday, you have Thursday. I have Saturday, you have Friday. Okay, I'll come in. Oh, I'm good with wood. Let me build something. I'm good with this. Let me put my skills to work. Yeah, it says, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. What kind of house can you build for me? There is no house. He said, if the entire earth is something that God just used to rest his leg. Imagine if you have a footstool, can we cram ourselves into that footstool? I'm sure most of us will have a hard time. So what we do build for God is not the building, but the church. He said, what kind of house can you build for me? He said that the house that you do build, that I do want, it's not the house that you built, it's the house that I built. And he built it in the book of Genesis. When he said, let us make man in our image. Let us make the church in our image. This for us to understand that we are the church. We were the earliest church. The first church was Adam. And the second church was me. But from that second church, an entire nation was built. And from that second church, an entire collage was built. Because there's a saying that says that if you teach a man, you teach an individual. But if you teach a woman, you teach nations. You teach a woman and you teach nations. So yeah, this comes back to war already. Because of, if you look at let's go to history, if you look at various wars that have been fought, they said in the Civil War in 1864 or 5 that has been fought, America ordered a plea. They said that every eligible male must petition themselves, must get themselves ready to go to the battlefront, and those who do not need to do so must flee the country. Those who do not do so, then they should get out. This is the same thing God is saying. Saying everyone get themselves ready for war, and if you don't do so, you are an enemy. If you don't do so, then you are an enemy that needs to be brought down. I pray none of us will be enemies of Christ in the mighty name of Jesus.
Amen.
I pray none of us will be like those who were not ready for war in the mighty name.
Amen.
This is the plea that God is saying. And you cannot give the example that I didn't know. Because to all the apostles, especially John, he says, send this to all the churches in all the corners of the world, so that those who are ready can go to look at this book and join battle. Because yes, Jesus came saying that, oh, forgiveness. But he gets to a point that when war starts, it is already too late. When war starts, it is already too late. We are just in the beginning grounds when we are getting ready. Now let us go to the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, from verse 12. First Peter chapter 4 from verse 12.
Lord, he is not straight concerning the holy prayer, which is very good. And go, from straight in happens to you.
But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. If ye be reproached for the name Christ, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of God rested upon you. On the path of his evil spoken of, but on the path of his glory.
Here before I said that passage. Yeah, Christ said, because for Peter, he told Peter that you deny me 3 times. Peter was saying that, how can I do that now? That you are divided and die. That I'd rather die than to deny me. But then what happened? What happened? He ended up denying him. But yet, when Peter was able to truly repent, and he went up to the high priest, the supposed high priest of that time, he gave them words of warning, and they were about to kill him. But then one of the high priests, who was able to have a little bit of wisdom, he brought out examples that this man brought a rebellion and it went down. His followers were killed, and those who were not killed, they ran away. Another man got to a rebellion, and those who were found up in those rebellions were killed. And those who were not killed, they ran away. And now look at history. In the making of America, there have been various rebellions that came place. And the leader of the rebellion was killed, as long as the followers. And those who were not killed, they dispersed. Yet it says that if whatever rebellion, in whatever revolution is not brought in the name of God, they feel free, because of we know that this one will not last. If it's not in the name of God, we know that this one will not last. It will be brought down eventually.
Amen.
But if it is, you only know they are coming against God. If we are going along with the will of God, anyone that comes against us, they are coming against God. Anyone that comes against us, God will come against them in the mighty name.
Amen. Jesus'
Any
name.
spirit that comes against us, the physical, God will come against them in the mighty name.
Amen. Jesus' name.
Anyone that comes against the youth, God will come against them.
Amen. Jesus' name.
Anyone that comes against those who hold the traditions and the wisdom, God will come against them.
Amen. Jesus' name.
Because you know this. Those who come against us, they are coming against us. And I don't know if many of you know, but at least I do that. Going against God is not a wise thing. Going against God is not a smart thing to do. I will not try it. So here it says, now let's go back to Peter. Now, the high priest was telling them that it's not wise, because of if this man is with God, then we know that there's nothing that we can do. might as well join him. But if he's not, we know that his rebellion will fade away easily. His rebellion will fade away easily. Look at the greatest empires that have existed. The Roman Empire that ruled the world. They either ruled it or they have influence over it. They ruled throughout Africa, Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. They owned all those territories. But look at them, they fell. Now if you look at Rome today, there's a tiny strip of land in Italy. Look at the Greeks, the mighty Greeks, but yet they fell. The mighty Persians, yet they fell. The great kingdoms, before Ghana was the country that we know today, the kingdom of Ghana and Mali, yet they fell. Why? Because of what they were doing was against the will of God. Their weapons, their motives was against the kingdom. And this isn't a plea to go to join the battle. Because we know that the battles of America, the battles that are taking place, we can question that, is this in the will of God? Is this in the name of God? Because of, we know, I'll end with this. The last two books that Peter wrote, 1 Peter and 2 Peter, it was a warning that even after Jesus Christ came teaching all these things, there are some people who are able to manipulate it. The first printing machine that was ever made, the first book that was ever printed was the Bible. The reason for this is there has been so many preachers, so many teachers that has been teaching false doctrines. But yes, there was no way for people to be able to know because they have no Bible. Only the rich had Bibles. What about the common men? But yet the first printing machine that was made and the Bible was mass produced. That was the only book that was mass produced. So that everyone can be able to say that, but sir, it says different in these scriptures. Am I reading it wrong or are you saying the wrong thing? So that the common man can be able to have it. Now there have been various innovations that printings can be made. Thousands, millions can be made in days. That the number one printed book in the history of man has been the Bible. Yet what excuse do we have? The number one, and the difference is, this is not a close gap. The number one and the number two is not close at all. It is a huge gap between number one and number two. Yet what excuse do we have? Now, as I end with this, what we know, what I have said to call the image of the king. What is the image of our king? Although we have not seen him in a physical image, but then we are like him in his likeness. We can see that maybe God has 5 fingers because we have 5 fingers. Maybe God can have 2 legs as well. Or maybe he has legs because he said that he ate the footstool. And I know that you can't have a footstool if you don't have legs. Maybe God will have 2 eyes too. But then there are characteristics that God distributed himself into all of us. That's what we understood from the first lesson. Then the second lesson, when we talked about blessing or a curse, when we talked about when we are demanded for the result. Because I'm sure I don't know this because I haven't started working yet. But every year when you have to file your taxes, you have to show, I've done this with my money, I've done that with my money. This is what I have made. This is my yearly income. This is what I give to the government. That is the same thing with our life. Because in the book of Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, chapter 5 verse 10, it says, and he died, so that those who live no longer live for themselves. He said that this life we are living is not our own anymore. Now we have become prisoners. Because when war happens that they are prisoners of war, forget the life you have lived up to that moment. Because now the life that you live is no longer for yourself, but for the captor. But now, as he died, the life that we live now, he will ask us, have you used my life well? God, Jesus Christ was our heart donor. So that as we live, we are not living for ourselves, but we live for him who died. And now we should ask ourselves, are we war ready? So as I leave you today, I leave you with the peace and the mercy of the Lord and abundant love in Jesus' name.